right, guys, come have a seat. Sit up nice and tall. So recently my son had an issue about how to talk to his boss about something. And there is a little formula I learned many years ago that might be familiar to some of you that I always go to every single time. And the expression goes, be brief, be honest, be gone. And it works every time. You want to always be brief because then it's not open to, a lot of argument. Be honest, always be honest. Our words are so weighty that there's a goddess called Vash. This goddess of our words. And she is considered little mothers, Matrika Shakti. It's an energy that's little mothers of what it means to each other when we speak. And then be done, be gone. Be brief, be honest, be gone. And sometimes all you have to do is say no and walk away. So sit up nice and tall, draw your shoulder blades down your back, lift your heart, close your eyes and come to your breath. So if you can't see me in your screen, that should be okay. My description of what we're doing should be enough to get you going. Yeah? So close your eyes right now and see how you feel about just coming to your breath. Notice how you're breathing now. It's probably quite shallow, which brings our body into a state of fight or flight. This is where we spend a whole lot of time. And with a hint of a smile, you're going to start to deepen your breath so that your inhales and your exhales equal each other in length and in depth. Notice how it calms your mind when you breathe deep. And with your eyes closed, maybe you can experience a little bit of quiet that'll give you that space to be gone in an argument. Just, that's enough. Give your breath that aspirin sound by closing off the back of your throat. Take 2 more big full breaths here, because these classes go so fast. And then slowly open your eyes. Inhale, extend your arms all the way up, all the way. And then take your right hand to the floor, reaching over to your right, sideways, keeping the left hip grounded. That's right. Inhale, back to center. And then exhale to your left. Notice how you can really lengthen things when you're conscious and present, right? Inhale. And then in this quiet, as you exhale and inhale, good. This is where you go to start lengthening your spine. Good. Good. Let's take 1 more on each side, mindful with the breath and really pressing down, really reaching, lengthening the opposite side of our body that we're reaching towards. Good. And back to T. Now I want you to start with your thumbs forward and your palms down. Take your arm bones back and squeeze the shoulder blades. You're hugging the scapula toward the spine, right? And then you're going to roll your thumbs down and behind you. This is going to get right into the front of your chest, right towards those pecs. And then you're going to open up all the way. Inhale. Exhale, roll it back, but keep your arm bones back, guys. Good. Inhale. I just want to get into our shoulders a bit. This is not really a shoulder day, but I just want to get into it always, making sure that we're aligned and our upper back is muscularly energized. Inhale. Exhale, keep your arm bones back. Notice how they drift forward. So you really have to stay here with it. You have to stay conscious and present with it. Inhale, exhale, inhale, good, and release. Roll your shoulder blades down your back, good. Now you're going to take your palms down, thumbs forward, arm bones back, yeah, oh yeah. And you're going to scoop your palms up all the way so that the pinky fingers lead the way up, arm bones back. Ooh, now you should feel it, right? And roll back down. Inhale, roll them up. Exhale, keep them back. And then find your rhythm, getting into your shoulders, just making sure everything's warmed up, because we're going to go right into our glute work, right? Down and up. Last one, all the way back, effortful, and all the way up. Oh yeah, and release. Now you're going to come to lying on your back. So for the first series, we're not going to use our weights. Let's just feel what it feels like. So you're going to come to lying on your back with your knees bent, your feet on the floor. Walk your shoulder blades together, and we're just going to come into a bridge. Inhale, lifting, squeezing your
Ellie,
bum.
can you please speak louder a little bit?
Oh, sure. Inhale.
Thank you.
Exhale and lower. Good. Inhale, lift, squeeze your bum. Exhale, lower. Oh my God, no one's ever asked me to speak louder before. That's cool. Inhale. Maybe I'm evolving. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah, so I want you to feel your glutes and your core right from the beginning. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're just going to take a few more because we will be back here, right? And exhale all the way back down. Now I want you to widen your feet and spin your toes out. Spin out your toes. Good. And now you're going to lift, and you should feel it in your medius, this little like kind of hip pocket place. Inhale and exhale. Yeah, you should say, oh, there it is, right? Inhale and exhale, and you're really squeezing it up. And you're really exhaling down. So you're squeezing your glutes and engaging your belly. Keep your feet grounded. We're going to just take a few more here because I really want to start getting into the hips. Yeah. And now we're going to take just 8 little pulses, 8 little pulses up, pressing your feet down and getting right into that hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it, and all the way back down. Now we're going to come right onto our side. I'm going to go onto my right side just as it happens. And this is where we're going to use a band if you want. Otherwise, for the first one, we don't have to. We're just going to do clamshell. We're going to lift and lower, and lift and lower. Now, if you want to come a little deeper here, you keep the bottom thigh bone planted, and you lift your feet. That just makes it a little bit more interesting. If you want to use that band across your thighs, that's fine. We will be back because this is what we're working on today, right? And notice how you get pretty close into your hips, pretty good into your hips simply by doing clamshell mindfully. So inhale and exhale, yeah. 5, 4, 3. I feel it really good. Anyway, 1, lift and release. Good. Now you're going to extend your bottom right leg a little bit, but the top leg, which is my left, I'm going to roll. Remember an inner thigh roll? You're going to roll your inner thigh bone back so that your left toes, your top toes are aiming to the floor, and you're going to lift and lower, and your leg is slightly forward. And I want you to focus on your outer hip and your glutes. Yeah, lift and lower and lift. Keep your belly engaged, so it's always some core work involved, and it shouldn't take long to get a little far in your hips. and your glutes, right? Lift and lower. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, good, 3, 2, last one. And all the way back down. And now you're going to come to sitting on your bum. Yeah, feet wide. Yeah, I like to move a little quicker. So you're going to drop your knees to the right so that your right shin goes across your mat. Okay? Right shin's across your mat. Right knee's at 90 degrees, so is your left. And you're going to twist your left ribs toward your left shin and the right shin. And you're going to press your right shin down. Got that? Take your hands to the floor in front of your shin. And you're going to exhale right into your hip flexors. And inhale up. Exhale, keep your belly back and just see where you go. You might be surprised that you can't go as far as you thought. Or you might surprise you go deeper, I don't know. But you just find that edge. We're going to just take a few more. Right? Make sure you're breathing. Now, for this last one, you can keep your hands on the floor. You can stay kind of diagonal, and you can extend your arms out, pressing the front right shin down, drawing your belly back, and you'll feel it in the hip flexors, and you're going to tone your right bum cheek, right? And just take a few breaths here. You don't have to do anything crazy, right? And then all the way up and back to center. And now I'm going to come onto my left hip. So if you did your left before, do your right. But if you're staying with me, left hip. And we're going to come back into those clamshells. Glue the bottom left thigh bone down to the floor. Open and close. And you want to really get into the bum and your outer hip. And remember, you can use your band for this one. And you can lift your feet. And that makes it really a little bit more deeper dive, right? And just count, exhale. Good. Really get into it, mindful and present. You want to get used to quiet and silence, because when we're brief, we want to stay there and stay more. When we can get used to being quiet and deciding we're done. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, yummy, and all the way back down. So I'm going to lengthen my bottom left leg and extend my right leg slightly in front of me. Top right leg is slightly forward, and I'm going to roll the right inner thigh back. It's called an inner spiral, and the right toes are going to come toward the floor. And then you're going to lift and lower, and lift, and notice how it feels either with or without your band, because you're going to get into the hip and the glute and your core regardless, right? Hear your breath. Good. Yeah, good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah. Last one, lift and lower. Make your way back to seated. Widen your feet and drop your knees to your left. So now your left shin is parallel in front of you. Your left knee, both knees are at 90 degrees, but you're going to roll your right ribs to the left. Oh yeah. And take your hands to the floor in front of your left shin, right? Belly back. Then exhale and lower. Inhale and lift. Exhale, you get a nice stretch in your low back, but you're also getting into your hip flexors here. Keep the left shin pressing into the earth. Make that earthy. Yeah. I'm just going to take a few more just like that. Good. Then you're going to come part way up and either keep your hands on the floor or draw your belly back and take your arms out. And you'll see that one side is different than the other. And if you need your hands on the floor on one side, you have your hands on the floor, right? But breathe, please breathe. Nice. And then all the way to center and into table pose, hands and knees. That was great, guys. All right. So with your arms nice and long, I want you to draw, imagine your arm bones are reaching up and your chest is softening. This is going to get into your thoracic spine. That's a very, that's the most taut part of your spine, but it's the scapula hugging together and then rounding your back that gets some of the goop out of there. Yes, I just want you to make sure you got a nice, clear upper back. Good. Scapula away, scapula together. Now I want you to keep your scapula close to your spine, your belly back. And let's just make some cats and cows here. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to do our next glute. Good. You're going to take your right knee and keep it at 90 degrees and lift the right thigh bone. Imagine you're pressing something up to the ceiling. And then you're going to come back to center and lift. And lift. Press it. Now I want you to exhale as you lift. Exhale on this exertion. Exhale. And the belly's going to draw back too, right? Good. Yeah. 8, 7. It's a long distance. 5, 4, 3. Good. You can even breathe it and count it. Now stay up and make 8 little pulses with your right glute. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it. And make your way back to center. Now we're going to start on table pose with our triceps. So whatever weight you think you want to start with triceps or no weight at all is fine. I think my triceps are going to like an 8. So we're going to stay in table and we're going to use gravity also. So that's why you might want a little bit lighter weight. Your shoulder blades are now hugged together, your belly is back, and your right glute, for sure, all your glutes are engaged. And you're going to take your right elbow back, just the right elbow. And you're going to, this is where you're going to stay, but you're just going to press the right forearm back. Exhale. On the exertion, you might even want to exhale through your mouth and just see where you get. You want to find something that's edgy, but no more than that. That's why no weights is also a lovely option, right? Keep your right elbow back. The only thing that moves is your forearm. Good. 8, yeah. 7, 6, those muscles, those triceps. 4, 3, yeah. 2, last 1, and carefully release your weight. Make your way through table and into down dog. Yeah. And walk your dog and notice your breath. Good. And then heel toe your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet. Your flexors should be kind of ready for that. And just find a nice forward fold, maybe even shaking your bum. Keeping your belly back. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. And bring your palms together to your heart center and release. Notice if your right side of your body feels a little bit more worked out than your left. Yeah. We'll get back to the left side of our body. But in the meantime, we're going to do biceps and shoulders. So you decide what you want for your biceps. I'm going to use 8 Now, the new people, when we lift our weights, we take our weights to our body with our belly engaged, our knees soft, and then we come up with our weights, even if you're picking up 1 pounders, okay? Now, you can keep your feet hip width apart, or you can step your left foot behind you and come into a bit of a curtsy. Roll your shoulder blades out and down your back, and your inner elbows are going to aim forward. Yep, I want you to see the eyes of your elbows. And then you're going to just lift. And you can come into a little curtsy. This is going to fire up your right glute. Yeah, and the right outer hip, which is where we've been, right? Good. And you exhale. You can even count to 2 to come up and 1 to come down. Really carefully, centrally feeling it. Yeah. You can stay low. Good. Eight. Good. You can count with me. 6, 5, slow. And we're going to stay in the quiet. Now come halfway, and we're just going to squeeze the last 8. Ready to squeeze? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, and shake that baby out. Good. Good. Okay. Now we're going to come to center, and I want you to bend your knees. This is not Utkatasana, but I want your shins forward, your bum slightly back, so you're firing up your bum and your belly. Yeah, got that? Now you might want lighter weights. We're going to go right into shoulder press. So you're going to take your elbows at 90 degrees. Now you know where the shoulder blades are supposed to be. I want you to feel them hugging together. Good. And you're going to lift. And press, exhale, inhale. Yeah. So even if you, like I said, even if you use 1 pound weights here, or imagine the weights, you will be waking up your shoulders. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, slow, 3, yeah, 2, last 1, and carefully down and back. Now, because you're using heavy weights, we're just going to do a few deadlifts. So knees are soft. You're going to tip from the top of the pelvis using those flexors and those glutes. You're going to fold, release your head. And then with your belly, as you inhale, you're going to come all the way up. 1 more, just like that. Good, soft knees. Inhale all the way up. But now I want you to fold forward and drop your weight. That's how we release our weight. And I want you to take a little bit of a lighter weight. I'm going to use 5s. Again, this is going to burn out your delts. So let's just see where we go with the delts, okay? You remember how to lift your weights. Okay, so now we're going to step onto our left foot and curtsy to the left, right? Shoulder blades down your back. Palms aim toward each other, elbows, right? Remember this? And we're going to lift and lift. Good. So your elbows stay at 90 degrees, guys. Yeah. And you can keep your feet hip width apart, standing. But keep your knees soft so you can keep a fire in the glutes, right? Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Good. Now for the last little set, You're gonna love this. You're gonna take your palms in front of you together, and you're gonna lift your elbows. And you're just gonna lift one elbow and then the other, or both up and down, and up and down. Your elbows aimed forward as much as you can. Back and up. Good. 8, elbows forward, elbows back. 5, 4, 3, good. 2, last one. And back. Oh yeah, and come back to center, shake it out. Okay. Now come to the front of your mat, feet hip width apart. Fold forward, release your weights. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Grab your left wrist and lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Grab your right wrist, lift your right wrist. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale and step back to plank with your knees up or your knees down. You know what you need to do, but as long as the shoulder blades are hugged together, there's no torquing there. And I like to just draw the belly back here or roll back and forth from the balls of your feet to your toes. If you allow that in your feet, it's really good to stretch out your feet. If your knees are down, you draw the belly back, and it's just as efficacious, you'll see. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now I want all of you to lower your knees. Press your knees to the mat. Really press them down. You're going to take your bum back just a little bit. Walk your hands back about a hand's breadth. And now you're going to come forward, softening your elbows, aiming your chest to the floor. Oh yeah, so now your shoulder blades are hugged together. Your hands are where they should be. And now you're going to slide your chest forward, pressing your pelvis to the floor and making your way into a beautiful aligned cobra. And just take a breath. Yeah, there's no rush, right? And then right into down dog. Lovely. And walk your dog. And notice how one side of your body might still feel different than the other. Yeah, look what we're doing here. And then make your way back to table pose, hands and knees. Left knee stays at 90 degrees, and you're going to lift and lower. And squeeze. Your knees are on the ground, guys. Squeeze. And lower. Squeeze. Good. Until you feel a nice fire in your left glute. Good. Your arms are long, but your elbows are soft. There's no hyperextension. Yeah. Belly back, ribs back. 8. It's a whole breath. 7, 6, 5, 4. Good. 3, 2. Last one. And now the little presses with the breath. Yeah. Squeezing the left glute. Maybe even closing your eyes and seeing that part of your body in your mind. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it. And come back. Now feel free to sit back onto your heels as you grab an appropriate weight for your left tricep. I'm going to grab an 8. You have to be very careful the way you grab a weight, right guys? We know that. So I'm going to put the weight on outside of my left side of my mat and come back to table. Then I'm going to grab the weight in my left hand. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. And take your left elbow back. Ready? And press. and press. Good. Right into that left tri. Good. Make sure your right hand is in an appropriate place in relation to your right shoulder. Yeah? And press. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ooh, last one, hold it, and release. Oh yeah. You can always take some cats and cows. You can come into a child pose anytime you want. You know that, right? Take a big inhale and make your way into down dog, and then exhale when you get into that dog. And once again, walk your dog. Notice that your shin muscles, your peroneal muscles, might be a little bit more juicy now to get your heels toward the floor. And then I like to heel toe my feet to my hands. Yeah. And notice if your low back's a little bit more stretched out. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up and bring your palms together to your heart center. And now we're going to go back to our biceps. You know how much weight you want to use, okay? But whatever you get, soft knees, weights to your body, and all the way up. Shoulder blades down your back, we think about it. Step into your right foot. You can curtsy to your right, taking the left foot behind you. Shoulder blades back. This time, you're going to take the eye of your elbow and aim it out. Yeah, so you're already engaged, and it's going to be in the back of the shoulder too, the back of the tricep, and the shoulder. And then you're going to lift and lift. Exhale. So you can see how no weight really works really great here too. Good. You can stay low in your curtsy. You can come up in your curtsy. Yeah. Let's count to 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now halfway, guys, still stay low. 8, 7, exhale. 4, 3, 2, last one, and all the way back to center. And just kind of carefully shake it out. Good. Make sure there's no tension in your shoulders, your back. Okay, now this time we're going to incorporate the military press with a tricep. So you might want some lighter weights. It's going to look like this. We're going to get to the military press. Now, if any of you have a shoulder issue and you cannot do a military press, you take your weights in front of you and you lift. And if you want to do the bicep, you take your elbows back, and you press it back into a kickback, okay? But this is what we're going to do. The rest of us, if your shoulders allow it, you're going to press the weights up. I don't know if you can see. You're going to take the weights toward each other, elbows in, and then you're going to let them press behind you, and you're going to fire up the triceps to come up. Then you're going to open up your palms and come back. Can you guys see that? Thumbs up? Yeah, okay, good. Ready? Press, palms toward each other, elbows in, and the tricep. And open. And tricep. And open. If there's one muscle I don't want to give short shrift to, it's our triceps. Lift. All right, so I'm going to do a few more up here before we count, and then I'm going to show you, I'm going to go with the people who are the shoulder people. Good. We'll do the last 6 that way. Okay, shoulder people. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, yeah. Last one. And release. Fold forward and release your weights very carefully. Inhale all the way up. And let's just take some shoulder circles here. Just make sure everything's nice and loose. Yeah. Because we're going to go to the left side of our body and do the rear delts. Light weights. Really light weights. Because now we're going to do a leverage kind of thing. Carefully lift. Step on your left foot, take your right foot behind you if you're doing the curtsy, or you can keep your feet hip width apart. All good, right? This is almost our last standing here, right? Now, this time we're going to go into the straight out. We're going to lift. That's why you need light weights. And lift in front of you. And lift. Good. And lift. So I've been reading a lot about weight resistance for more mature people. And this not only strengthens our bones. Oh my God, it makes our body more efficient. It strengthens our immune system because we're stronger. It helps our digestion, makes our bodies more efficient. Good. Let's do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Last one. Oh yeah. You guys feel the love there? Okay. Now I want you to take your weights to your thigh bones. Open up your knees, make your way into a yoga squat. So your squat might look like this. Your squat might look like this. Good. Or your squat might look like this. Breathing into it. Good. And then release your weights and come to your bum. Now, we're going to come back to that glute work, but this time I'm going to encourage you to take some weights for pecs and chest. I don't know how much weight you're going to need, and you'll start light and you'll see. I'm going to start with what I think I can do, and I'm going to use my band for this next series of hips. Okay, ready guys? Okay, you should be able just to hear me, Deb. You shouldn't need to adjust. All right, your feet are on the mat. Walk your shoulder blades together and just lift your hips. I want you to make sure everything's nice and connected. Good, and then come back. Now, to pick up weights, if it's not already in your hands, option 1 is to come up and grab your weights carefully and bring them to your body. Option 2 is to roll side to side, but this is something you have to be very careful about, okay? Good. Now, your feet are grounded. Let's do one chest so you can feel what it feels like. You're gonna press up and squeeze the weights together, come back and down. You can even lift, squeeze, you can even open your palms and come down. I think I want to do that. But then you squeeze your palms toward each other because that's going to squeeze the pecs, open and come down. Ready? Now we're going to put them all together. Lift and lower. And squeeze. Squeeze. Good. And lift. Right to those glutes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Last one, press it up, squeeze it. Come all the way back down. Take your weights to your body, walk your feet out, and spin your toes out about 30 degrees. And you're gonna lift again, getting into that outer hip pocket, remember? So I want you to feel that first. Okay, lift. So now I wanna do the lats. So I'm gonna release one of my weights very carefully and take one heavy weight above my head. Okay, my feet are up, you can feel it, make sure you feel it in your outer hips, the medius. And you're gonna take your weights over your head as you lift, and then as you exhale and lower, you're gonna lift them up, okay? Inhale, exhale right along the outer edges of your body. Inhale, and this is also gonna fire up your triceps, which isn't a bad thing. Inhale, exhale, good. Inhale, squeeze. Don't, see if you can keep your attention on not only your medius, the outer hips, but also the muscles that go laterally on the sides of your body. Yeah. 8, 7, 6, yeah. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, good. Last one. Oh yeah. And all the way up and all the way down. Now I'm going to come onto my right side again, release the weight, and this time I'm going to put a band, I got a medium band here, around my thighs. Now you can put it around your shins. You can take just a regular weight and you can weight it down. Let's see if it works. Good. And I'm on my right hip again. You guys remember? You can get on your right forearm. Make sure you're absolutely sideways. Your knees are stacked and they're in front of you at a nice depth. I don't know. I'd say you're, it's more than 90 degrees, okay? And then you lift and lower and lift and lower. And if you want to play in it, you know what to do. You lift your feet. And so that muscle's already warm. My whole body feels warm. You guys feel that too? Yeah? Good. Make sure you're breathing. And now let's take 8 more counts, but just to ourselves. Listen to the breath. Last one, guys. Lift, oh yeah, and release. That was really good. Okay, now you're gonna take your knees more in line with your body. Your bottom knee, right knee stays bent. Your top left leg is gonna come in front of you and roll toward the floor, lots of inner spiral. You can even take your hand, your left hand behind you and grab your inner thigh and just kind of coax it back. That's very helpful, yeah? And then you're gonna lift and lower, remember? Lift and lower, lift, right into that medius. And that's a glute muscle too. It's called the medius, the gluteus medius. Yeah. But 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, maybe take a few little pulses just because it's so fun. And release. And then make your way back to lying on your back. Yeah. We're going to come back to the glutes, to the bridges, because we want to do one more set of chest press. So roll to your right side or come up, grab your weights very carefully, bring them to your body, and then coming back down. Okay? This time, I want you to start up here with the glutes, the pecs, hugs, and then you're going to open it up wide, and then press together. Let's do a few of those. Good. Inhale, wide. Head's on the floor. Your head is on the floor, guys. Yeah, no neck stuff. Come on, guys. You know better than that. Inhale and press. Got it? Now, for a little bit more fun, when you lift, you can lift your bum and lower. And if you're lifting and lowering your bum, try not to land your bum. Good. I love twofers. Yeah. Who doesn't love a good twofer, right? 8. Make it really count. 7. Big, slow breath. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Oh, yeah. And all the way back down. Now you're going to roll onto your left side and let go of your weight. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. Left side. So like I did it before without the strap. If you don't have a strap, you don't need one. You know that. And you're going to lift, make sure everything's set up, right? And then lift and lower. And exhale. Being present and breathing, with your feet, you know how to do that. Good. You should have nice new hips today. Good. 8. I think they're not ready to count. Almost. Okay, let's count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh yeah, last one. And all the way back down. Oh my God, you might even want to. Yes, if you want. I'm going to come onto my armpit now. Straighten your legs just a bit, lifting your top right leg. And I'm going to take my right hand to the back of my body and roll my inner thigh back. So that I get a big inner spiral and my right toes are forward of my body and aiming to the floor. And I'm going to lift and lift. Yeah. Yeah. A few more here and then we'll count. You're going to get right into your hip pretty quick, right? 8, 7, 6, no rush. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Oh yeah. And come to lying on your back just for a second and to remove your band. Oh my God, there's so much wicked stuff we could do with bands. Okay, and then you're gonna roll into table pose, hands and knees. Make sure you know where your weights are in relation to your toes, please, and your body. I'm just gonna move mine a little bit further away. And let's do some cats and cows. Exhale, inhale. You know, flexibility is so important. You know, that's really the most important thing. The strength is really great, but the flexibility is equally as important. Take some hip circles, coming onto your tiptoes. Good. So I want you to take your right foot directly out to the right, in line with your left knee. can even circle your hips a little bit just to make sure it's feeling good. Good. Come to the tiptoes of your back left foot. Check out your back left foot. Then you're going to roll your inner thigh bones back and you're going to sit back towards your left heel. You might not go that far. You might go further than you used to. I don't know. But you're going to lift your armpits and soften your chest. And take a few breaths here. Oh, yeah. And all the way back to center. Take your right foot in front of your right hand, and then you're going to flex your right ankle. Flex it good. And make sure you're not sickling your ankle. So you want to reach through the ball of your right big toe. Make sure there's no sickle in your ankle, guys, okay? And you're going to press your right heel down and imagine it's stuck and you're pulling it back with the top, with the right outer hip, where the gluteus is, right? And then you're going to step into your right foot and come forward. Oh, yeah. And inhale back. And exhale forward. And inhale back. And exhale. Take two more. And exhale. Lovely. And make your way back to table. Take your right arm all the way out to the right. And now you're going to thread the needle, taking your right arm under your left armpit. If you can't get your right shoulder to the floor, you can always take a block or a pillow or something under your right shoulder and get a nice stretch in the right shoulder. You can extend your left arm forward and just take a few big breaths here. Just stretch it out. Nice. Yeah. And all the way back to center. Good. Now take your left leg out to the left so that your left foot's in line with your right knee. Taking those hip circles. I want you to have nice juicy hips when you leave me. Good. Then come onto the tiptoes of your back right foot. Roll your inner thigh bones back. And you're going to sit back towards your right heel. And you might not go that far. It doesn't matter. Just close your eyes. And remember your intention. This tool we have to always be honest. We can be brief. And then we can be gone. We give ourselves permission. Good. Make your way back to center. Step your left foot just forward of your left hand. Flex your front left ankle, making sure it's not sickled. And take the left outer hip back. And step into your left foot and take your left shin forward. And inhale back. Oh, yeah. And exhale forward. And inhale back. Oh, make sure you get it. You feel it in all the hamstrings in the back of your left leg, guys. On the back, this is where you want to feel the hamstrings in the back of your shin. And when you come forward, I want you to get deep into your hips. Let's take one more. Inhale. Ooh, and exhale. And back to the table. Coming onto one hip or the other. You're going to come forward. And we're going to come to lying on your back. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, opening up your right hip. Good. And then take your left knee towards you. And you can grab the back of the left thigh, or you can grab your left shin. It's kind of cool, or whatever. Flex your ankles. And if you want to take the top of the pelvis back and lift your chest, you can do that. Just make sure you're not squeezing your shoulders towards your ears. Take a breath. And take your arms to T. And now you're going to twist to your left so that your right foot lands to the mat over your left side. And get a nice twist here.
Reaching the right hip away from you. You can take your right shoulder to the floor and extend your right arm up. Oh yeah, stretch that out. Big breath. And make your way back to center. Take your feet to the floor. Cross your left ankle. Open it up. Take your right knee towards you. Take your hands behind your thigh or your shin. You can lift your chest if you like and roll your ankles. Take another breath and then arms to teeth. And twist to your right. Reaching your left hip away from you. You can take the left shoulder to the floor and extend your left arm. Big inhale here. Oh, yeah. And then make your way back to center. Take your feet to the floor. I like to lift my bum and just kind of roll my sit bones away down toward my heels. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth and right into Shavasana. And take a nice little rest here. Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Opening your heart. You feel good, yeah, even when you don't. Draw your knees towards your chest. And roll to your right side. Yeah. Quiet. Be gone. And then make your way to a comfortable seat on your mat. Bring your palms together to your heart center. Grateful for this practice, for the support we have brought to this community and to ourselves, spiritually and physically. The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste. Mwah. All right, let me undo the recording, guys.